Welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have a weekend news for you, and I'm just gonna get started. I've been trying to figure out too, though, before I get started. Actually, I can't figure out what angle I like for this. Is it okay that I keep changing my the way I sit because I want the best view of the bookcase, but I don't know how to get it that way. So I've been kind of changing it up, trying to figure it out. So I'm probably gonna mess around with it a little bit more before I finally figure out where I like it. But yeah. So I read two books this weekend. One of them I started and I mentioned in my weekly wrap up that I had started it. And that was The Husband List by Janet Evanovich and Dorien Kelly. This book is surprising in the sense that if you look at this cover and you know anything about Janet Evanovich, you would not expect that this is a historical fiction. This actually takes place in the 1800s, late 1800s, I want to say, yeah, 1894 in New York City. And this was back when people still kind of almost had arranged marriages and things. So the one sad thing about this historical fiction is I feel like the only way you knew it was historical fiction was that it was kind of still arranged marriages, the carriages, the fact that they were laced up in corsets and stuff. But really, there was really no this is historical fiction to me other than that, which was kind of a letdown. But this is about a girl named Caroline, and her mother kind of wants her to get married to this guy. Her mother kind of has a husband list. She already went a whole year evading marriage, and now her mom's like, no, you need to get married. She's 21 or 22 years old, and she has fallen in love with someone else. Hold on, I didn't actually read the synopsis, so I don't know. Yeah, so she falls in love with another character who is also our main character. So she's trying to escape this arranged marriage, especially because he seems like a really awful guy, and things like that happen. I really don't want to spoil this too much, but I gave this 3 stars. I want to say 3.5. I wasn't crazy about it just for the fact about the historical fiction was kind of lacking and it wasn't really all that exciting. It was kind of just one of those typical romances. So it was good. I'm not bashing at all. I thought it was still good, but it wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be. Then I read Death and the Lit Chick by G.M. Malliet. This is actually a second book in the St. Just mysteries, but I never read the first one, and you don't really need to read the first one. It's just a series of mysteries, and the detective is kind of like the main character that's carried throughout them. There was one character that they mentioned for about a page that was in the last book, but you really didn't need to know that to understand this. So this is about a bunch of people that are mystery writers, and the woman that is the lit chick, she kind of does a chick lit mystery, and she's very famous for it. And so they're going to a convention in Scotland, and they're all meeting in this castle or whatever for this convention for mystery writers. And the person that is supposed to be this famous chick lit author that everybody kind of despises is found dead, and they have to figure out who killed her. So typical murder mystery. I thought this was good as well. I gave this 3 stars too. I was just a little disappointed in it. It wasn't as thrilling as I would expect a mystery novel to be. The death, even though they mention it on the back synopsis, doesn't happen until page 100. So, and this is only 300 pages, so it was kind of okay, enough building up the story, time to move on, time to kill the girl. Which was so there wasn't really any bump thrilling motions to get to it. It was just let's introduce all the characters, let's figure out why they would eventually possibly kill her, then let's move on to him trying to solve the mystery. So it wasn't as good as I would have hoped it to be. And the funny thing is about how I said that it takes till page 100 to kill her off. Since they are all murder mystery novelists, they have a whole discussion at one point about what page your character should die by. And she went way past what they were saying. Like, some people were saying that they should die by page 5, some should die by page 60. She was at 100 by the time she died. So that kind of was weird. But I would kind of consider picking up the next one or like the first one if I had the opportunity to get it kind of cheap like I got this one. So it was good. I just expected a little more out of it. So that's all I read this weekend. It is Memorial Day, so I am actually home today, so I'm hoping to knock out another book. Yeah, so I hope you guys had a really great weekend. Let me know what you're reading down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.